all the way at the top there. I think it actually might have been Hit the Target when Hit the Target was like friendly, who accidentally knocked him off or something. And then down here as well, we have the grave of Chicken, who sadly was only with us for one day. I got him on Christmas, and then he died pretty much straight away after in water, which is why you can see I'm being so careful. This here is the first ever proper redstone I ever did, where I made it so these doors can open and they can close again. It doesn't really work exactly the way it should do, and then this other lever messes it up sometimes and that. So it's not perfect, but I was very happy with it at the time. And Barnaby, I'm kind of glad you're a bit stuck down there. Let me make you sit down for a second and show you down here. This is my nether portal down here. And nether portal room. I won't really show you the nether because I don't really do anything in the nether. I keep having ideas to build in the nether and ideas for things to do. The problem is because I'm on the 360 still, I've got a really small nether. So what I keep doing, it's kind of cheating, but it works really well, is I keep resetting the nether, which means I can like get more items from it. It means I can get glowstone really easily, like right near the portal and stuff. And so I don't want to build something from there because that means I won't want to reset it again. And oh, I didn't leave... Did I leave Barnaby's? No, Barnaby is standing up. Okay, I just suddenly panicked that I left him sitting down. And oh yeah, actually I'm glad I came back here because we have rooms. This is my dirt room where we have chests full of, well, you can imagine. And then I have my cobblestone room in here. And this one is completely filled with pork chops. Only joking, it's filled with cobblestone. This is just where I dump a bunch of it. I used to like always bring my dirt and cobblestone back here. And I just don't bother doing that anymore because I have so much. I'm never going to need to build out of that much stuff. So I just don't even bother storing it anymore. Anyway, it is about to become nighttime. It will be nice to wander around some of my house at night time, but it will also be a little bit more deadly. So I think that seeing as we're right next to my bedroom again, I'll go in here quick. And oh, actually, I'm glad I came back here because there is a little secret door here. And then there's the room of no requirement, which is on the top up there. And this is basically what it was a bit of just like leftover space that I just had up there. And it's been used for different things over the years, but it's basically just the room, which is just there. And there was no real reason for it when it was made. And so I just call it the room of no requirement. Through here, we have the SS Stumpy, which is my enormous boat. You may remember from the episode Sinking Feeling, if you saw that. It's my most viewed Lovely World video ever. I don't know, I think it's got like 60 million views or something stupid like that. Which really makes me cringe if I watch it back again now, because, I don't know, it's really horrible to go back to watch old videos. But yeah, basically I sailed this boat around and had a battle with Hit the Target. I won't say how it ends, just in case you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, this is the boat. There is a inside to the boat as well. This is the captain's quarters. Num num num. Don't mind if I do. Don't know how long that cake's been sitting there, but it tasted okay, I guess. And then yeah, this is where all of the crew would potentially go and sleep. Very simple boat. This was kind of back in the days when I built things a little bit more simple than I did right now. There's also a place where you have a great view like of the map overhead, and I haven't actually like updated this map. If you don't know the way maps work, is that like as you move around, you kind of fill them in and they update. So this isn't the most update version of my map, but it's still quite cool to be able to see kind of what it looks like from above. You can see the bottom right hand corner, Hit the Target castle, and then that big colorful blob in the top right hand corner. That's my fun land. You can see just how much bigger my fun land is compared to the rest of my town, and you can kind of just about work out what some of the games are going to be. So I might keep this map on me and carry it around. This is a giraffe which Longbow built. You may remember he used to build loads of giraffes, and remember I actually made him walk the plank, and then there was down there originally an SOS sign that he built. But then the town got bigger and basically swallowed it up. This here is my submarine. I sailed this around on my episode called Ocean Adventure. Once again, one of my most viewed episodes. People like it with vehicles, apparently, by the looks of things. So yeah, I did go and sail this around, and there was a whole big ocean adventure that we had sailing this thing around, which was a very, very difficult episode to make, I don't mind telling you. And now, let's go and skip out going back through the house again, because I think I haven't missed anything in the house. Once again, I'm going to apologize if I miss anything. I think it's the dentist I missed out by accident last time, so I'm going to try and be doubly sure that I show it next time. So, yep, this was a Christmas present from Ank. He built me a Formula 1 car, and it completely doesn't fit in with everything else in my world, but I've just left it here because because it's lovely world history at this point. Something that's much newer, though, is my UFO. Well, it's not my UFO, it's my Lunar Friends UFO. They came back from the moon, and they decided to join me in my lovely world. That was on Christmas Day, and if you remember, I actually raced Santa with him in his sleigh, and then me riding back with my Lunar Friends inside of their UFO. And yeah, they've parked it here, and it's been here ever since. I was always wondering whether they're going to move it off, but nope, they've decided to keep it here. Sadly, you don't get very good views from here because you kind of have to just look through this little slit of a window. So not the best place to look around, but I'm sure they use fancy, I don't know, alien versions of radar and stuff to get around. They don't need to be able to see through the windows. And Barnaby, teleport down now, please. There we go. Safely down a little. Oh, no, don't go up. There we go. Good boy, Barnaby. He's been very well behaved so far. Anyway, let's keep things moving. So this is Harriet's house on the top of this hill here. She likes to wander, so there's a good chance she won't be inside of it. Yep, she has gone for a bit of a wander. But just like Harrison, there is a little secret entrance down here, which leads down into her hat shop, where she sells all of her different types of hats. There were really cool names. Well, I say really cool. There were punny names for all of these different types of hats, but sadly, once again, any not necessary signs I've had to break away to stop the world from lagging. Hopefully, we're going to run into Harriet at some point in the future. But for now, let's go down here. This is, of course, William Beaver's cave. This, if you don't know, a bit of a history lesson for you here. I'm trying to say as many, like, facts and stuff as I can, but I'm sure you probably know loads of this stuff already. But basically, this was the first place I ever spent a night in Minecraft. So my first ever video of my lovely world, which was my first ever time playing Minecraft, it got to nighttime and I was panicking and I just dug inside of here. And this tunnel has been left basically the same in terms of the way the tunnel is since then. So I actually spent my first night of Minecraft sleeping in here, and then I just left it as a cave for a while, and then William Beaver at some point came in and kind of furnished it, and he sleeps down there and has all of his belongings and stuff inside of here, so I don't want to go through them. But yeah, this is where William Beaver's decided to live. We have suggested about, you know, would he like his own house, but no, he is happy living inside of the cave. Down here, this is my lovely waterfall. I was really happy building this. That was like one of the first times where I built something, you know, that wasn't just a shop or something I was just decorating. So I actually really enjoyed when I built this. And there was a bit of a dramatic episode. I had a bit of a nightmare during that episode. So if you search, I think it is called Lovely Waterfall. Yeah, there is an exciting element in that episode if you want to check that one out. I'm giving you a list of homework for videos for you to watch after this. Let's go to the skyscraper after this. So I think this is called, like, is it called Lovely Incorporated? Yeah, Lovely Inc. That's the name of this this company, which I run, of course. I should know the name of my own company. And it's enormous. It's kind of unlike anything else that I really built in my lovely world. And every different floor, each of my dogs has their own job that they do. I won't go through all of them today because there are a lot of them. But what we'll do is we'll just go all the way up to the top. I think there's a pretty cool way to do the elevator where you just skip through minecarts, which allows you to get all the way to the top really fast. Look how high up I am. If I was climbing a ladder, I'd be like half the way up by now. It's crazy. And this place does give you a pretty good view. Sadly, with the 360 draw distance, you can't see very far over there. But as the town gets more built up around this area, you're going to be able to see more and more and more things. And it is still a pretty good view. Look at the farm factory from the top up there. I will be showing you that very, very shortly. And oh, more things are starting to load in as well. So this is where I sit. This is my desk. This is Stampy Boss. And yeah, let's go down here. Going down is even faster than going up, as you can fall all of the way down, and then there's just a little bit of water there, which basically stops you from hurting yourself. So there we go. And that is the lovely incorporated skyscraper, something that you see every single morning as I go and step out on top of my balcony. All right then, let's go next to the theatre. I think we're going to head to next. So yeah, this is once again a very old thing that I built in my lovely world. I would have built it out of stone bricks, but when I built it, they didn't actually even have stone bricks inside of the game. So I guess as well as I got these lights flashing, I was so proud. I came up with that idea myself, and I think it still looks pretty good today. That was another old time of Stampy doing redstone. It's basically just a minecart kind of spinning around up here, but I was so proud when I built that thing, so unbelievably proud. And then I was actually pretty proud of the entire theatre because it was the first like big build I ever did. There's just a couple toilets down there, but then if we go up to the top here, this is the best view of the theatre. The last thing we did was from one of my Halloween specials, and I actually only just tidied that set up now. Let's just go and very quickly show you behind the scenes where we basically just have a bit of a backstage area. You can access the music pit down there to play a bunch of music for your different plays, and then this is where people would have their props and they can kind of go and get ready for their grand performances. And then there's just some like staircases to get upstairs to go and be able to watch things inside of all of the different booths. Where's Barnaby? I'm starting to get a bit worried now because I've been wandering around for a bit and I keep turning around and I keep waiting for Barnaby to follow behind me. What I think might have happened is he might have tried following me up here and then ended up sitting in one of the minecarts, which does seem to be like a very Barnaby type thing to do. And yeah, I think he has. I think he's sitting in the minecart because I can't get going up anymore. Right, let me go and get Barnaby out of there and then we can go and carry on the rest of the tour. Okay, I'm not actually entirely sure how to do this. If I just do... because he's not going to teleport. Right, I'm just going to have to punch it. I don't want to punch him, though. Like, I should use my sword to break it away. But, oh, I'm sorry, Barnaby. Okay, just come down now. Come down now and don't go in another minecart, please. Please don't go in another minecart. Are you following me? Barnaby, are you with me? Is he there? There we go. And let me just go and pick up this minecart because I can go and plonk it down a little bit later on. But not going to do that now because otherwise Barnaby's going to get stuck again. Right then, let's go and continue the tour. So, yeah, I think I'm going to show you all kind of like this back area of my lovely world. It's not back area. This is like going to be the new part of the town. So in case you haven't heard me talk about this before, basically, I want my lovely world, like my house, to be kind of the center of the town and then everything else built around it, just so it doesn't take too long to get anywhere. So there's going to be way more building going on over here because I've basically run out of room building that way. I'm like right up next to the fun land. So there's 1 or 2 spaces that I can still build, but mainly we're going to be building around this area in the future. And you can see all of like the paths all mapped up so you know kind of exactly where I'm going to be building. But yeah, anyway, this is Harrison's house here. Let's go inside of here. I saw him pretty recently on Christmas Day. So hello, Harrison. Hopefully you're enjoying reading all of your books about eyebrows. He's got a thing about reading books about eyebrows. Everyone needs to have a thing. That's his thing, I guess. So let's go and shut that down there. He really likes spending time by himself. And one of the... I was going to say one of the newer editions, but it's not really a new edition anymore. It's been like a couple years. But Polly's house. Polly, of course, one of Santa's reindeers, came here from the North Pole. And this is basically an exact replica, well, almost an exact replica of her house that she had in the North Pole, just to make her feel at home here. So she's got her balcony. This is where she's staring at me every morning while I'm over at my balcony, normally throwing snowballs all over the place like a mad woman. We have a big table here, which we never sit at. In here, this is her bedroom. I'll give you a quick glimpse of that. I don't really want to be going through all of her stuff. And then we have a library in here. She loves to read. And then down here is her secret lab. As I said, everyone needs a secret lab and apparently a skeleton underneath their house. And Polly is the same. And a spider as well. So there's a whole bunch of contraptions here. Not entirely sure how all of it works. But yeah, this is where Polly tinkers away and plays around with redstone just to make sure she understands everything. Right then, over here, this is probably my least favorite build in my entire lovely world. This is my mob trap. Barnaby, you can sit down there for now. No dogs allowed around this place. Basically, what it is googlies spawn underneath the ground. There's like a big mob trap. They all get funneled up here. They get burnt by lava, and then all of their goodies drop down here and get collected up. You can also switch it to be an experience farm. It's not particularly efficient. It used to be more efficient. Now it's not. It still works, but only very, very gradually. But to be fair, with the amount of time I need to use this stuff, it doesn't really matter. And I still got like a good supply of bones and stuff in case I want to build out of bone blocks or something in the future. So yeah, it's pretty disgusting. I hate the look of it. It was meant to kind of look a bit scary because it was where all of the googlies are going to come from, but it just doesn't fit in. I kind of want to get rid of it, but then again, I'm not going to because it's been here for so long I couldn't get rid of it. Anyway, down here is the world's worst mushroom farm. There they are, just spreading away down there. We have a much better one, which I'm going to be showing you in 1 second at my farm factory. But for now, let's go and show you like my airport and stuff. This is my animal farm. I do want to upgrade this animal farm in some way to make it better. Not entirely sure how yet, but yeah, we just have all of the pigs, sheep, and cows in here. Oh no, I called them like piggy wigs, woolies, and moo-moos is what I called them when I did it. But once again, any unneeded signs have been broken away. And then inside of here, we have our airport. And basically, you'll go through here. You'd send your luggage off like this. That would go and get sent away. You'd get your boarding pass. I think you like shake their hand to get your boarding pass. Oh, are there no boarding passes? Oh, brilliant. Do you have any boarding passes? No, just a bunch of wood apparently. Okay, you're supposed to be getting boarding passes from inside of them instead of just blocks of wood. And then you'll go through here. You could like scan your luggage through. Like this all kind of works like an actual proper x-ray machine and carries it through. So it's like this thing here. And then eventually it will go and pop out on the other side. I was pretty proud of all of this stuff. I will be honest. I was kind of happy. Like the idea is everyone's like robots here. And that's like the people kind of working and it's all kind of automated. So eventually, ta-da, the block goes and pokes out on the other side. Through here, we have a gift shop selling all of the important things, basically cakes and cookies. And then outside of here, we have no helicopter. I crashed my helicopter, if you remember. So I did have a helicopter. I've crashed it. I might make a new one, but yeah, I kind of missed my old helicopter. So sadly, no helicopter. But over here, we do have a plane. So for a long time, it was still down at the end of the runway from when I last landed it. But I have now kind of gone and reversed it backwards. So now it's where it should be. Basically, we have the cockpit down there. And then over here, we have the bathroom, which works, by the way. If I go and did a bunch of wooden planks down in there, and if I press this button a few times, that would eject it underneath. So yeah, if ever you look up to the skies and you see my plane flying by over above you, maybe get an umbrella out. That's all I'm saying. So there we go. We can see all of the wooden blocks that have dropped out down there, and then that's just the storage where all of the luggage goes to. Actually, our luggage should be there if this is all working the way it should be, and it is. There we go. Believe me or not, but this was the chest that I set off from earlier. It basically goes under the ground to there. As I said, sadly, this has gone, but we do have some more dramatic ways of transportation other than just a helicopter. For example, I do have a rocket ship. It's kind of become famously known for looking a little bit like a carrot. I don't think it does. I don't think it's the shape of a carrot. I would say that because I built it. I think it's just because it's orange. I think people say it looks like a carrot. I mean, I can see where they're coming from, I guess. And then inside of here, we have a whole bunch of different things. We have a crew quarters area. This is down to where the engine is, or what's this called? The nutrients, energy, power, fuel converter thingy machine. Basically, this takes cakes, and then you can use the cakes to power the rocket ship. You can also use lunar cheese as well. This is where you steer it from. You may recognize this view from when I launched it a very long time ago in an episode called, I think it was just called Cat to the Moon or something along those lines. And then this is the little extra space where the lunar friends first stowed away a very long time ago when they first came and visited my lovely world. So, yep. That is a little bit of a very old Stampy's Lovely World history there. And then we also, right next door to it, have my hot air balloon, which I've used to fly around my lovely world. Once again, it was involved in a very dramatic episode, and I have since flown it around in previous kind of special episodes as well, but that's my hot air balloon there. This is a very, very new building, one of the newest buildings we've shown you so far. This is my BOAT boat showroom, and this is basically, the idea is it's supposed to be kind of like a car showroom, but for boats. There's the special model down there, and you can basically sell them straight into the ocean to take them for a test drive. I want to make sure that Barnaby, don't go in the boat. Don't go in the boat. Don't get up. Really? Really? I knew he was going to do it. I knew he was. The second I looked at him, I knew he was going to go straight for that boat, just like the minecart earlier. There we go. I was able to get him out of it without punching him this time. And let's keep hold of this boat, just in case I do need to go and kind of sail around anyway. But yeah, let's go and show you my farm factory next. I want to be a little bit careful because there are some cactus around, but this is a enormous building, and this is basically an automated version of all of the other farming stuff that you've seen. I won't go through all of it. Oh, there we go. We got to see it working, and then it gets collected up. So basically, everything is automatically gathered, just the way you saw. Things get broken away, then a minecart whizzes around and collects it, and then this minecart will eventually come back around here, and it will drop that sugarcane inside of here. So at the moment, you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a stack of 51 sugarcane. In just 1 second, we're going to see this minecart make its way around. There it goes. It's going to go, oh, what was that? What was that? Did it just like disappear? Did it go in? 52, there we go, and it's delivered the sugarcane. That was a little bit glitchy, but I don't know why it did that. But basically, there's all of the different crops and different things that you could grow, and they all kind of work in different ways, and you can always see the minecart whizzing around underneath your feet as you go and make your way around the place. I was pretty proud when I built this place. I think it looks pretty cool, and definitely stands out compared to everything else in my lovely world, mainly just because of how big it is. Right then, over here we have Harry. Of course, who is my horse? My horse, of course. And yeah, I've had him for a while. There's a special minigame dedicated to him. He was recently with me when we had the fair in the last episode, if you saw that. Up here, we, of course, have Mittens, who lives inside of her kitty cat condo. Let's go and poke our nose in quickly and say hello to there. Hello, Mittens. Mittens has been a long time resident inside of my lovely world. And right then, let's go and start having a look at the rest of the town. Let me just make sure, is Barnaby in a boat, or is he following me again? There we go. Barnaby is still following me. That is good. So where shall we start? We've hardly got started, by the way. We are in this for the long haul. Let's show, well, this is my wishing well down here. I've made some wishes in here in the past. That is Googly Island, also sometimes called Googly Hill. I kind of switch between the two. This is my pretty cool fountain, where in the day it looks like a normal fountain, but when it gets to nighttime, all of these lights will start flashing, and then the water will do like a really cool design. And seeing as it's about to get to nighttime, how about that? for beautiful timing. Did you see that? Or was it? I don't know what it's doing, actually. I thought it was about to start, but then it just, like, did one thing. Maybe it's broken. It might be broken. Sometimes things are broken. They keep updating the game and changing redstone, so either it's broken or we're not here at the right time. But basically, it makes a cool pattern. You may have seen that before. But anyway, let's go and... Before we go around the rest of the town, I knew this minecart would come in handy. Let's go over to my emergency igloo. So when you first spawn into my... Oh, no, let's have the red. Yeah, so when you first spawn into my lovely world, you spawn right next to... well, it wasn't there originally, but I built an igloo. And basically, it's got a bunch of emergency supplies. I also have a snow golem that lives over there. I very rarely go and visit it. So let's go and say hello to Norman, who's the snow golem that lives there. And also, we can ride my tree train. This is the old way that I used to get around my lovely world before I realized that running is pretty much faster, and also I built a teleporter to get to my fun land. But before that, this is the way that I was kind of getting around my lovely world. So one leads over to here, and then the other one leads straight over to the start of my fun land as well. Let's break away these minecarts just before Barnaby goes and get stuck in one, and we can go and empty these away in my pocket here. So yeah, basically there's a bunch of melon trees. Underneath the melon trees, that is where the track is. So if ever you're in my lovely world and you see a melon tree, there's going to be a tree train track hidden underneath it. And this is the igloo. This is the emergency igloo down here. We can see this is Norman who lives inside of it, and then there's a bunch of beds and stuff. And let's have a quick look over at what some of the town looks like at night, because it does look very nice when it's lit up. But I think just for safety's sake, once again, seeing as we are right next to a bed as it's becoming nighttime, let's just make the most of the opportunity and go to bed. And I won't ride the train back, seeing as we are supposed to be doing a tour of the town. Riding underneath the town in a track, it doesn't seem like the smartest thing. But yep, this is generally where you spawn in, and there's a sign that says welcome to Stampy's lovely world. Sometimes you do spawn in the water, which isn't the most pleasant thing. At some point, this entire area will be decorated and built on and stuff. I want to keep a lot of this water. I don't want to just level all of this out with grass and keep building here. I do want to keep a lot of the water because I do like that, but I will be building things on the water. I want to build like a jetty or a pier or something. All of those kind of things would be really cool, and so there will be things like that coming up in the future. But for now, let me go and show you my lighthouse. This is a very, very old build. It's actually built out of snow rather than white wall or anything. Basically, because when I was building it, we didn't have shears. So all of this red wool that you can see, I had to kill loads and loads of sheep in order to get it, because I wasn't able to shear them, and snow was way easier to get, because back then, basically my entire world was covered in snow. It's not quite so much now as it used to be, but yeah, still quite a lot of snow in my lovely world. So basically, this is a great place to get a view over everything. There's the farm factory, there's the house, the UFO, and then this is all of the rest of the things that I need to go and show you next. So it's still a pretty good place to get a view. Back when I built it, it was the tallest thing that I have built. I have now built higher than it several times since then. So it's not quite as dramatically tall as it used to be, but it still is a pretty famous landmark in terms of my lovely world anyway. All right then, so let's go down to the bottom of the lighthouse, and let's just get started with the town. So there's going to be no particular order for the things that I show you today. I'm just going to kind of wander around aimlessly and try not to miss out anything. Like, I could try and do it in chronological order, the times when I built them or something, but that would be way too difficult because I've been just kind of building all over the place randomly. It would take absolutely forever trying to do it in that way. So here's my river. This wasn't here before. This was all built in just because, once again, I wanted to add some more water in for some decoration. Down here we have my soggy sandwich. This is a restaurant down on the water where you can eat sandwiches. The sandwiches aren't actually soggy. It was just a funny name for a sandwich shop on the water. This is the first thing I ever built in my town. Obviously, apart from like my house and stuff, the first shop, I guess. This is called Stampy's Hot Buns. Once again, a bit of a landmark, and it sells cakes. And the cool thing about it is everything you need to make the cakes is in the garden. You don't really need a pig or 2 cows, but yeah, everything else that you need is just kind of growing inside of here. So yeah, you can make endless cakes without ever having to leave the place. And okay, I was worried Barnaby was going to end up sitting in the minecart again. Over here, another very old building. We have Melon Moments. In fact, all of these buildings on this street, I guess, are very old. Basically, this is a Melon Moments fruit stand, a bunch of different fruit down there. Originally, there were item frames with fruit in, but once again, just like signs, I keep trying to cut down on item frames just because, once again, they make the game lag a little bit too much. This is my crazy cow milk bar. You can go inside of here, and there's the crazy cow eyes, and above here we have the cow, so if you want to serve someone some some milk. Basically, you just have to reach up and grab the milk from over the counter, and then you can throw them the bucket. Yeah, quite a unique way to be able to do there. This is the Flap postal service. I won't show you the entire way up, but basically I have a chicken called Flap up there, and all of the mail makes its way around. Down here we have the Toy Town toy shop, and basically underneath the we'll go down there. Basically, if you pull this arm of this like old broken doll in the corner, because the toy shop basically looks rubbish if you just look at it. It's got really rubbish toys like coal and seeds, but if you go underneath here, you can see that there's a whole tiny town full of actually decent toys that are down here. And I actually built this when I was using the plastic texture pack, which I used for a little while in my lovely world until everyone complained, and then I switched back, and then when I switched back, everyone complained again, but hey, that's just the way it goes. Yeah, so when I built all of this, it wasn't a different style, but it still looks pretty good in the normal texture pack, and then there's just a way for you to be able to escape using this minecart where you whiz your way up here, and then this little thing opens up, and oh, okay. You get the idea. Once again, like most redstone in my lovely world, at some point it used to work and now it no longer works. Can I swim up here to get out? Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to get out, am I? Okay, let's go the other way and let's just break my way out. So, yeah, they update the game a lot. A lot of things end up breaking in my lovely world. That is going to be a much bigger theme for the next episode I do, where I'm touring my fun land, where you'll see just how many of my minigames just outright don't work anymore. And in one way, the updates are good because they add cool new things for us to be able to use. And on the downside, they break a lot of the old things. And a lot of the stuff you could fix, it will just take me absolutely forever to go around and just test to see if everything's working and to fix it all. But you can understand how that would normally work. Anyway, another very old building here. We have my lovely jubbly flowers. This is basically a florist with all of these different types of flowers. I've since updated it with some of the newer different types of flowers that I didn't have when I first built it. Down here, we have the overwear shop. This is basically my clothing shop. I have all of my different outfits on these item frames, and very recently, they changed it so you can do the item frames, not item frames, sorry, armor stands in these really cool positions. So I've made them all posing now. And then there's a little changing room area in the back down there. I think I'm gonna kind of loop around on myself. Oh no, I haven't shown you this yet. This is the Pick a Pet shop. Basically, we have all of the different animals that I have in my lovely world, or at least most of them. Down here, we have a mushroom who seems to be working at the shop. Sometimes as well, googlies will spawn up above here, and then they'll slide down and fall down, but they can't see you through the glass. So sometimes you come in here and there's just creepers and zombies and stuff behind there, but they scare you, but they can't hurt you. So if anyone wants to take home a scary googly, they can do that. And of course, this is where Fluffy is. So this is the main reason I normally come here, is to go and take Fluffy with me for a video. Right then, which way should I go around next? Let's go around to this next street here. And let's kind of try and do it road by road where we can, just to make sure we don't miss anything out. And oh, another grave. Down here we have Spring's grave, who sadly died when we were building this. We have kind of a sapling here in his honor. And I didn't actually show you, but Gregory's grave is down here as well. And Gregory was the first dog I ever got in Minecraft, and we planted this tree after we buried him down here. So if you're ever wondering what this is, that was Gregory, my first ever dog that I had in my lovely world. Sadly, he wasn't around for very long, but I loved him very, very, very much. Right then, going down here, we have the police station, called the Playful Popo Station. There's some of these buildings around here which are actually some of my least favorite buildings. I was really happy with the idea when I built this thing, but looking back at it, I just don't think it was that funny. And so yeah, these are the playpens that people would end up being trapped in, and you can kind of visit them and talk to them like this here. Yeah, it's fine. It's all right. It's nicer than like a horrible, ugly one, I guess. It's got a lot of flowers on. The fire station down here, once again, it's fine, but I think it just looks too much like a realistic fire station. There's no kind of fun twist around it, and oh, and there's a hole in it as well, apparently. I don't know when that ended up there, but yeah, basically it's just a pretty standard looking fire station and stuff, but it does have a fire alarm, which is a pretty cool thing about it. Over here, once again, one of the more boring videos, so I'm going through them quick. This is my cat clinic hospital. Basically just a bunch of puns and then different things. I did actually cure my my zombie villagers to get Harriet and Harrison from here, so that's kind of where they're notable. And hello. Goodbye. Okay, and a a very gormless, not very observant skeleton is as well hanging out inside of there. That was really weird. Over here we have my pretty kitty, which is basically my beauty salon. There's the beautifier in there as well. I don't want to get too close because I don't want Barnaby swimming up the outside. But I like this building. This building I think holds up and still looks pretty cool. It's just a bunch of glass with water over the top of it. And over here we have my dentist. I may have missed it in my last big tour called everything, but here it is, my loose tooth dentist. It's not easy to say. The fish is supposed to end up in the fish tank, but now they fly out. They used to end up sitting inside of here. Once again, there was an update that made that not work. Magazines to read while you're waiting. This is the dentist chair in there, and this is the Tooth Fairy's office. She works inside of there. And then let's go and show, let's make sure I don't miss this one out. This is the superior interior. This is basically a furniture shop, basically a bunch of different furniture in here. I think it looks okay, this building. Like, it's not an ugly building. It's just like really, really undramatic and just a little bit boring. So yeah, I don't really focus on that building too much. And then yeah, let's go. I'm going in a really weird order. Let's loop around and let's go and show these buildings now then, just to make sure we don't miss out on any of these. So I really love this shop. This is one of my favorite ones. This is my flying fish shop. Basically, the way it would work, I won't do it now because it might take a while, but I would stand on the, we'll give it a quick go. If it happens straight away, then it happens straight away. But basically, I would stand here like this. I'll do some fishing. If I was able to catch a fish, I would fling it back and it would fly over my shoulder. Anyone gonna go? Any fishies? Any fishies? Nope. Okay, no fish are coming. But basically, I'd fling it. It would fly over my head. It would fall down this hole without me ever touching it. And then it would go and make its way inside of the restaurant here, while everyone would be waiting. And then the fish, in this case, is going to be a fishing rod because that's the thing I threw down, would launch out of the hole, fly up, bang into the ceiling, land in the water, then go to this conveyor belt where it would keep kind of spinning around in a circle until someone grabbed it. So it's basically the freshest fish you could ever get because it's literally right from the ocean and then onto like your plate without anyone ever touching it, and it only taking like, I don't know, depending on how long this slime block takes to launch up. So yeah, that's how it works. Basically, there's a piston under the ground with a slime block. Every now and then it just launches whatever's down there into the sky and then goes and makes its way around. Fingers crossed it's actually working. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds. Oh, there we go! It is working. Then that would make its way to the conveyor belt. There we go. Sorry, that took a little bit of a while, but I wanted you to see it working. I also just like the look of it from the outside. It's got these little gardens on the front and stuff. Pretty cool looking building, if I may say so myself. Down here we have the clean machine area. This is sadly something else that doesn't work. Basically, you used to use this to clean your clothes, where you would go and throw in your clothes. I'm going to throw a boat in, and then they would all bounce up and down as the water goes. They don't bounce up and down anymore, so it doesn't look as good as it used to, but it still looks okay. And then basically you'd open it up, all of the clothes would end up coming out, and then you can go and gather them up. But sadly, it doesn't work quite in the same way that it used to before. Yeah, still a pretty cool building. Next door to that, we have the hot potato, which I don't know what's going on here, but basically it's supposed to be a case. It might be out of fire charges, actually, but the way it's supposed to work is that at nighttime, it's all lit up and all on fire. And in the daytime, it just displays a whole bunch of potatoes. It's kind of quite good that it's a little bit broken, because now this way we can see kind of the 2 different ways of how it could look. So there's Netherrack that gets lifted up and then set on fire. Pretty cool mechanism, if I may say so myself. Then on the inside, there's an empty chest. But if you go and press these buttons in the ceiling, whoa, that was really loud. Basically, it makes a whole bunch of water push a bunch of potatoes down inside of the chest. It also cooks them for you as well. You can see that the furnace is on. That's because the potatoes get put inside of the furnace, they get cooked, and then out of the end here, wait for it. Once again, I'm going to give it 5 seconds. You better cook potatoes. There we go. We get ourselves baked potatoes completely automatically with us just sitting down in the restaurant. So that's the way the hot potato restaurant works. Then over on this side, we have my fire workshop. Bit of a pun on the name. Basically, the way this place works is you choose what type of fireworks you want, what you want to have in them, press the buttons, then you press these buttons, and then the different colors will come down as well. They all make their way to the little section down here. where you can gather them, and then you can craft them, and then you can test them over here as well by putting them inside of the dispensers, and then either launching them into the sky or into the cobweb where they kind of launch and like kind of open up slowly. Looks pretty cool. Over here we have the Fancy Pants restaurant, which is one of the probably better looking buildings that I have in my lovely world. You can kind of see the style of it there. If I go over to this side over here, you might be able to see it a little bit better. It's got a big dome on the top up there as well. And basically the idea of this restaurant is it's very, very fancy, as you can see. In fact, it's so fancy, you need to wear fancy pants when you come inside of here, because it is the Fancy Pants restaurant. I look at that, it matches my hat as well. And the carpet, and there's a big chandelier up there. And yeah, basically, it's a really fancy restaurant, but everything is just cooked on a microwave. So, yeah, it's a really cool looking restaurant with really rubbish food. That's the idea of it. That's my hilarious joke. And it used to have a very nice view until I built that horrible restaurant next door to it. And more on that in a little bit. Let's go and head over in that direction now, actually. We'll come back to all of these things over here. So this next door here, this is my Beetrootique, and this is a beetroot restaurant that only sells beetroots, but it's actually all a bit of a rouge. So the idea is that no one with all of these restaurants is going to choose to go to the restaurant that only sells beetroot. So there's actually a hidden cookie restaurant underneath the ground. And the reason it's hidden is because Fizzy doesn't want anyone to go there, because otherwise they might eat his cookies and he wants them all to himself. So originally when we built it, there was a really cool mechanism where if you take the water out of the cauldron, or the beetroot soup trough or whatever it's supposed to be at the moment, then this whole thing would open up and then you'd be able to go under the ground. But sadly, as you can see, it opens up, but it doesn't open up for the cauldron, because cauldrons can't move anymore since a recent update. So sadly, it just doesn't work anymore. So I'm gonna have to try and think of a different way of doing this, because it used to be a really cool mechanism, but now it doesn't work. But basically, you'd come down here, and then if you throw down any item, I think it's here, there we go, cookies just go and fly all the way from the heavens, and you can get yourselves a whole load of cookies. So that's the famous cookie crumble moment when all of the cookies fall down. And let's go and grab some of these cookies, shall we, and go and make our way back to the top. So sadly, the cool secret entrance doesn't work anymore, but I will be able to find some way to fix that and make it work again. And Barnaby, that's the behind the scenes redstone. You don't want to go behind there. Right then, let's go and do this restaurant down here. This is my fast food restaurant, but not in the way you might expect. Well, it is kind of. So it's literally fast food. So what I mean by fast food is the food travels fast. So if I go and press the button, the food will launch up, it will get caught, and then it'll be launched all the way around the room until it makes its way into the middle. So let's go and send a little bit of food going through. So then we can imagine like it was an entire meal. It looks like it's kind of just filled up with fish at the moment by the looks of things. But yeah, it would go all the way around the room, being launched around like this, and then eventually it would get launched and it would land right on my table in the very middle of the room. So basically, you'll go and stand there, you'll order what you want, and then you'll go and stand in the middle of the room, and then once it's made its long journey all the way around the room, you'll be able to go and pick it up. So it's all pretty pointless. There's no reason for it to go on this long journey all the way around the room, but I still think it's a pretty cool thing. And once again, it was part of a very dramatic episode when we were building this. We were interrupted while we were building it. Let's just say that without any other spoilers. Over here we have the Stupendous Stew restaurant. This is the first kind of thing that I did with all of these fancy kind of stylized, colorful terracotta blocks. I am personally not a big fan of these blocks, really. I don't think they kind of fit in with the rest of the Minecraft style. Some people like them, some people don't. I'm personally not a fan, but seeing as they were added to the game, I thought I'd see if I could find some cool use for them, and I think they work pretty well. I like the roof especially of this place here, and basically they have Stupendous Stew and Super Soup. I cannot resist doing my puns, and I have two puns back to back down there, so that is the best thing about this restaurant. And if we do go out to the back here, I think it does look pretty cool. I think it does definitely stand out compared to a bunch of the other things that I have inside of my lovely world. Right then, let's kind of loop back a little bit to where we was, and let's go to my coffee corner, coffee cafe shop, whatever this thing is supposed to be. It's definitely the coffee corner. So the way this thing works, well, it doesn't actually work anymore. This is another thing that's broken. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but basically originally you'd throw coffee beans inside of here, and it would go on this whole long journey, and eventually it would go along here, and it would deliver the coffee to you. It doesn't work anymore. I mean, I could set it off, and I'll show you how it doesn't work. But oh yeah, it just does it itself, doesn't it? you just throw the items in, and then I think it just, yeah, it's supposed to just do everything else itself. So the coffee beans would make their way to there, and then they get pushed across. Actually, is it going to work? No, yeah, it messes up here for some reason. So I don't know. Oh, no, it's working. It's working. Okay. Maybe I should have done it with actual coffee beans. So imagine that's a coffee bean. Then it would go in the floor, and then I can't even remember what this does. There's something down here. There's a dropper that does something, and then basically, it would eventually, oh, there we go. It would end up making its way down here, and it would deliver the coffee to you. There we go. I was able to grab some coffee. So it looks like it does pretty much work then for now. And then eventually, this minecart should automatically go and get put back to the beginning to be automatically reset. So there we go. There we go. It worked. It all works. Okay, I am lying. I remember last time I tried it, it didn't work for some reason. So maybe I did something wrong. Yeah, pretty cool coffee shop down here. These are all of the coffee cups that are around the place. And then there is a garden over here as well with a rather funky looking tree and a place to sit outside and enjoy the view of the very recently built park. We will be getting to the park a little bit later on. If you have been watching my videos recently still, in that case, thank you, then you will know all about the park because we only just finished building it. Anyway, let's go and show you, let's show you here. I have my fast food restaurant there. This one is kind of similar. I call it Snack on Track, but it's kind of more of a diner than a fast food restaurant. And the way it works is people would sit on whatever table they want to. Let's get Barnaby. You can sit down on, let's say you're on the purple table. And basically, this minecart is supposed to be like someone on roller skates. So you can program in where you want the minecart to go to. So if I do it like that, and then I think switch it like this, I believe should be right. Now, if I go in here, it's going to deliver me straight to Barnaby, and I can go and throw him his dinner. In this case, it's going to be a pork chop, and then it would go and launch me all the way back. So I was pretty proud of this. This was, once again, a rather old build, so I wasn't very good at redstone when I built with how this thing works, and it still works. I have never needed to update or change it. It's continued to work all of this time. And oh, this might be good timing actually, because it's just about to get dark, and the world always looks nicer when it gets dark, just kind of looking over the town from somewhere high. So let's go up to the top of here. This is my Sky High restaurant, and oh no, before I go up, I'm sorry, I know I've gone half the way up and now I need to go back down. Let me see if this still works. I think this does still work. Last time I tried it, it did, but there's a chance they might have broken it in the most recent update. But basically, what you'd do is, say someone ordered a bit of bread, very imaginative, I would go and press the button, and it should make its way, fingers crossed. There we go. It's still working. It's still working. So there we go. There's the bread going up, and let's send a pork chop up for Barnaby as well. So these are basically going to make their way all the way up to the Sky High restaurant. So the idea is that everything is, of course, cooked in the kitchen underneath there. Everyone orders what food they want, and then they, I guess, call down to the kitchen, and then they cook the food, and then they send it going up this tube so people can eat it. I can kind of race it. I can kind of race the pork chop. Can you see it going there? It basically goes the same speed as me. I think I might be going ever so slightly faster than it. I think I might be gaining on it a little bit. But yeah, basically you would go and sit down, you'd be admiring the view, and then kind of like the fast food restaurant, I guess, the food would magically appear in the middle of the restaurant. Then you can grab it, and then you can eat it, and then you can admire the view while you're there eating all of your grub. So let's go up to the top here, and there we go. There is the bread for me and the pork chop for Barnaby. Let me actually feed Barnaby the pork chop this time. There you go. So yeah, let's admire the views. We can see down to the park. There's a bit of a glimpse over to the fun land. More on that in the next episode. But here is the rest of the town and everything else we're going to be exploring today. Oh, what perfect timing! The sun is setting over there behind my house. You can't see my house, but my house would be there. You can see the enormous clock tower. We will be going up there and seeing the views from the top up there in just a moment. So let's go and head over in that direction now. So going down, you'll be glad to hear, is much quicker than going up to the top. Is Barnaby okay? Barnaby is fine. Jolly good, jolly good, jolly good. Right then, this is the recycle, no, so he's called Recycle Michael. This is the waste place, this place is called. And basically this is a robot that recycles everything. So say if I had something I wanted to get rid of, say I wanted to recycle this glass bottle, I would go like this, I would place it inside of here, using kind of the same thing as the Sky High restaurant. It would did this not work anymore? This might have, okay, so it looks like that one works, but this one doesn't anymore. Okay, so what would happen is it would be like launched up to the top. Let me try putting a block in here. That might be the thing that's making it not work. Is that gonna make it work? No, but still not working, and I've just broke this. Okay, so what would normally happen is this bottle would go up through the glass, into the water, then into Recycle Michael. I could set whether I want it to incinerate or recycle, and then I'll turn it on, and then it would basically fire out from its hands and basically recycle everything that goes inside of the chest so we can use it again, and then incinerate anything that goes down here basically straight into some lava. So yeah, that's the way it works. One of my favorite builds I've done in my lovely world. Still one of my favorite things to kind of go and look at the moment. So yeah, this is Recycle Michael. Hopefully you liked it. Let's go across the street again now, and let's go into my shoe for you. This is my shoe shop, basically a bunch of shoes here. Less shoes than there used to be. Once again, I've been cutting down on my item frames. Here's the counter down here with more shoes out back, because they always need to go and get the shoes from out back to get them in your size. And then there's a catwalk to test them on. There is a diving board, so you can see how good your shoes are at jumping into puddles. And then the best thing, if this is working, is my treadmill, where basically it's sliding a bunch of blocks along down here, basically to make it look like the treadmill's moving. And aha! It looks like it is still working. It hasn't been broken yet. So I might actually change these so they're not sand and gravel now that I can use the concrete powder. But if I go underneath the ground here, I can basically show you how it works. So blocks drop down there, they're slid across, and then they're moved up 2 blocks till they're at the top there, and then pushed across. So it's not really crazy complicated. You just need to get the timing absolutely perfectly for it to work. So that's where the real challenge was when I was building this thing. Once again, I was very happy with it once I was able to get it finished. But yeah, let's go and keep on making our way down this street here. This is my radio tower. It's called my Cat Chat radio station. You can see the antenna at the top there. Very quickly have a look in here. Basically, pretty simple recording studio set up down here. I have a light that I can switch on here, which says whether I'm on air or not. A little cool touch there. Oh, there was a sign on it that said on air, but I had to break that away because once again, too many signs. In here we have the barbers. This is my barber shop. As you can see, I tried to make it look like there's a mirror. This is where I go and shear all of my sheep because it's a barber shop for sheep. Across here we have this is the vet. It's called the Poorly Pets Pet Vet. It's basically like the cat clinic, but this one is for all of my animals instead. So that's inside of there. A whole load of puns in this place. I don't want to go through all of them now, though. This is the Need to Read bookshop. I'm going to very briefly show you inside of here, but I don't want Barnaby to run into the fire. But basically, it's almost like a hobbit hole. It's kind of in the ground like that. Quite a cool style. I've already shown you all of these things, so let's keep moving down this street here. This is my wagging tail kind of retreat for dogs, like my doggy daycare center place. They have a lovely beach they can hang out on and a few rooms to chill out in, a whole bunch of pork chops inside of there. Not today, no, Barnaby, not today. We are continuing the tour first. You can go and relax there once we've gone and shown everything else. Down here we have the pharmacy. So normally you'd spell it like with a PH, but I spelled it with an F because it's like in the shape of a barn. So it's like a pharmacy. Yeah, there's a lot of puns in my lovely world. I apologize for that. So yeah, basically it's a big barn, but it's a pharmacy. Here we have the Hotel of Dreams. I won't show you all the way to the top. I've been up here quite a lot, but basically there's a bunch of different rooms inside of here. And then I like the fact that it's completely open in the middle. It does mean that if it rained, it would be raining down into the lobby, but I still think it's pretty cool. And the big change that I've made, or the small change I've made, is that all of the beds are the same color of the room, which is quite a cool addition, which makes the rooms look better now. Then, we haven't shown this yet. This is my sweetie pie. This is my candy shop with a whole bunch of different sweets. Sadly, once again, I had to break away the signs which had the names of all of the different types of sweets, just because basically there were way too many signs in my world, so I had to end up breaking them away. And I'm sorry, Barnaby, you can come out. Over here we have my opticians. My IC opticians, as in I see, as in I can see you, and also I see because it's ice. Yeah, I was really in a very punny mood when I built this street. Like, everything's got a crazy pun. And anyway, these are the different types of glasses. They're all inside of here. There's some lovely grey dye glasses. And then these ones are quite cool, the Eye of Ender glasses. And then all of the standard things you'd expect to see in an optician, the colour board. And this is the thing where they say, like, look inside here and tell me what you see. Can you see the colour red and stuff like that? So, pretty cool machine. Pretty enormous, but they all, like, always oversized when you go to the opticians, aren't they? And then this is the cool school. Basically, this is a school for all of my different dogs. There's a play area out the back here, and all of the different rooms for teaching the dogs different things, including the doggy paddle. Once again, can't resist a good pun. And then this is the piggy bank. I won't show you all of it now because it's pretty humongous, but basically it all goes like under the ground and there's a bunch of obstacles you need to complete until you eventually make your way to my vault. So basically no one makes their way to my vault. Down here we have the Zen Zone. This is basically like a dojo. So the way you need to try to complete this challenge is you need to go over this parkour blindfolded. And then there's also, you can put armor stands down here. So they have different armor fired onto them. Then you need to like take them off really quickly just to test your reactions to make sure you are a karate master. And then I don't think I've missed anything else on that side of the town. So let's go to the clock tower. So underneath the clock tower, we have the TikTok shop. Basically, this is my clock shop, including my cuckoo clock, which is my famous thing in here. That's amazing. And then if we go up to the top here, there's two things. So basically, there's the view, which is the main reason you'd go up to the top up here. Then there's also my my tea shop as well. There's my tea time tea shop is what I called it. There was an accident that, well, I don't know how much of an accident it was. I think it was an accident, but basically I did get a lot of my clock tower blown up. I have since then fixed it, so it's back kind of the way it used to be before there was a giant hole blown in the side of it. If you want to see that episode, it was my last Christmas episode. I can't remember. I think it's called like Uninvited Guests or something. You can probably imagine who was the uninvited guest. But yeah, this whole wall here got blown up and the floor as well. But we have fixed it, so we have the lovely tea time tea shop back to the way it was. But for now, actually, Barnaby, you can sit down. No, you can join me. You just be safe, okay, Barnaby? Just stick near me, okay? But this is good because we can go all the way up to the top of the clock now, and it's still going to be nighttime. And as I keep saying, this is the most dramatic time to go and view over my lovely world, because this is the tallest thing in my entire town. Not the tallest thing in my lovely world. There is one mini game which does hold that record, but this is going to be the tallest thing we're going to see all of today. I'm a little bit worried up here because, okay, Barnaby, yeah, okay, sit down, Barnaby, sit down. Okay, good, okay, we're safe. Well, Barnaby's safe. We're not safe, but Barnaby's safe at least. So yeah, here's the best view over my town. You can see a bunch of the shops I haven't shown you yet. These are all of the things that I have shown you. I'm just checking quickly just to make sure I haven't missed anything. I think we've shown everything on that side of the town at least. There's the lighthouse down here. And seeing as it's quite close to my house, we can also go down this way. You can see my house down there, the SS Stumpy, lovely incorporated, and then my theatre and stuff is just beginning to load in now as well. So yeah, definitely one of the more dramatic views you can get over my lovely world. How are we going to get down? Do you think I could land in that water? Is that, I think, I can land on there, couldn't I? Look, there's my my jungle gym down there. I could probably land on the roof of there and be okay. I just need to do it really quickly. So Barnaby's just going to teleport after me. So I need to go and jump. Please land in the water. And okay, it hurt me a little bit, but I'm safe. The big question is, where is Barnaby? Let's just go get down to ground level, and let's just make sure he's behind me. Barnaby, there we go. He's okay. That was a little bit scary. I was more scared for Barnaby than I was for me. I would respawn if I died. Barnaby wouldn't. But yeah. Let's show you the jungle gym then, shall we? Seeing as you've already seen the top of it. So this is supposed to be like, it's called a jungle gym, but it's supposed to be like a normal gym, but everything's kind of jungle themed and uses like water to lift weights. And then these are the treadmills. You basically have to kind of like swim in this direction and get pushed back. I like this building. This is a pretty cool building. And that's like the rowing machine where you literally have to row a real boat against the current. Over here we have my bed shop. It's called my 3Z's bed shop. That's what it's called because there's 3 Z's. They're a little bit harder to see at night, but there's big 3 Z's up there. And lots of very colourful beds for you to go and bounce across. And then we have over here, this is my meet and greet butchers. These were all built relatively recently. Pretty standard butcher shop, but everything's pretty like automated. Everything kind of works by itself. So basically, you'd throw like the meat in here. And then, oh no, I need to throw it a little bit low because I need to set off the pressure plate as well. And then it would go and get kind of like mashed up, like pounded, whatever the right term is, and then salt would go and drop down from the top up there. And then we get to the end, the salt gets collected, but then the pork chops get kind of pushed off the end, so you can go and just gather them up. So here we have a nicely salted pork chop for you there. Barnaby is very happy about that, and I will have some bread just to keep my hunger up. So yeah, this is my meet and greet butchers. I will be honest, I was very proud of the name when I came up with that. I probably shouldn't have been, but I was. So yeah, I think we've got to the last street to show now. This is my Sounds good. Music store. The shape of the building on the outside is inspired by a piano. You can kind of see the way it's opened up like a piano. The style there is much more obviously a piano. There is a creeper here as well, and I would like to deal with that. You can see why I've been doing most of the tour in the day rather than at night time, and it does look pretty at night. So I won't go and worry about sleeping now. But yeah, this is my doggy disco. I haven't put a sign up for this yet, but basically you can see the arrow saying come into the disco. And then if you go inside, you can see, whoa, there are a whole load of googlies having the disco. Let's go and turn on the dance floor. And then that's going to light the area up a bit, and hopefully the googlies won't keep spawning in here. And oh, there's a creeper. Oh no, not good, not good, not good. Hit the creeper, shoot the creeper with an arrow, shoot the creeper with an arrow, shoot the creeper with an arrow. There we go. Okay, I think we're safe. I think we're, okay, no, they're still spawning in here. Right, let's just get out of here. So normally this dance floor would all light up and flash. For some reason the redstone isn't working now. Maybe it broke in the update or something, but normally it would kind of all flow out from the middle. Just search Doggy Disco Stampy on YouTube and you'll be able to see the video where I built that and see it all properly. And Barnaby is safe. I got a little bit worried then. Right then, let's keep moving on away from the more dangerous buildings. This is my shiny shop. This is a jewelry shop. The outside has like a giant, whoa, that was the inside of my head you saw then. Yeah, it's basically a giant diamond ring kind of going through the shop, and a whole bunch of different shiny things for display inside of this shop here. I like this shop as well. This is my LOL, which stands for Laugh on Logs. This is a comedy club, which is called LOL, but it doesn't mean laugh out loud. It means laugh on logs. So that's the joke, and it's kind of like a wood cabin. Luckily, no googlies inside of it. Oh, apart from one little tiny slime. Much nicer than the doggy disco. And then there's a fire. There's a chicken in here as well, apparently. So yeah, basically the comics would stand backstage, then they would come onto the stage and say their comedy routines. I did do a stand-up comedy routine. It was awful. Don't watch it. It was really cringy, but it was kind of a bit cheesy, and that was the point. Not very funny at all, especially when no one's laughing as well. It's really weird to like do comedy with no one laughing. But yep, that's kind of the way this place works. I was very happy with this stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff's a lot newer. A lot of this stuff is a lot more recent, especially like that little area down there. Going down this way, this is William Beaver's shop we have down here. It's called Tool Order, and this is quite a cool mechanism here. So basically, there's a bunch of like different stuff inside of here. So for example, there's swords inside of here. So there's a diamond sword there. Say I can't afford a diamond sword and I want a different sword. I can press the button and then they will all switch round, and then I can go and open it, and now there's gold swords. And I could press the button again, and then they'll all go and switch around again, and now there is stone swords. And so this works the same for all of these. We have armor down here and then a bunch of tools as well. So that's just a pretty cool storage mechanism. And then the whole shop looks quite cool with the floor down here, and on the outside it looks a little bit like that with a bit of a funky roof. Over here we have one of my favorite interiors. Not the most dramatic looking exterior, a little bit boring if I'm honest, but my smart art shop has a really cool interior because look at that, there is a reflection on the floor, and you might be thinking, whoa, how did you do a reflection inside of Minecraft? Very simple, I didn't. Basically, I had to build the entire room, this room again, upside down, and then just put ice down, so it looks like there's a reflection. But as you can see, Barnaby doesn't have a reflection, I don't have a reflection, it's all just a trick. But I think it works really well, it looks really cool. So if you're looking for an idea for anything you're building, maybe try doing a reflective floor because it looks absolutely awesome. It's just a little bit awkward to build, especially if you're doing it with a big room. And hello, creeper! I can see you, look, he was standing up there waiting to pounce and land on my head, but I spotted him. Anyway, this is a Polly shop here. We have all three of my helpers shops in a row here. This one's got quite a cool trick as well. It's called Polytechnic, and as you enter, basically it says hello to you as a secret hello message comes out from the wall, and then will go away again once you're actually inside of the shop. As Barnaby comes in, it will probably go off again if he does come in. But yeah, this is basically just a redstone shop selling all sorts of different types of redstone. If we go over to this shop next here, this is my Good Fortune shop, and it's basically a fortune teller place. So the way it would work is you grab this painting here and then you place it in the wall, and whatever design you get will tell you what your future is. So let's give this a go. I'm going to do it for me first, and I got this one, which means you smell. Really? Out of all of these ones I could have got, I got the one that says you smell? That is ridiculous. Okay, and now I'm going to do it for Barnaby. Barnaby, we both smell. It could have... Cheeky little face going through the wall. It could have been any of these really good fortunes, like you will have great luck or your dreams will come true. No, we both just smell. Maybe it's because we've been walking around for an hour together. Now we're getting all sweaty and smelly. Anyway, Over here, we have the fizzy fun shop. Inside of here, we have an enormous elephant. I love this elephant. We have a bunch of pumpkin party people, banners for sale. Basically, it's all like a shop selling party supplies. There was armor stands here with